I walk across the desert with no shoes upon my feet, to share with you the last bite of bread I had to eat. I would swim out to save you on your sea of broken dreams. When all your hopes are sinking, let me show you what love means. Love can build a bridge between your heart and mine. Love can build a bridge. Don't you think it's time? Don't you think it's time? I would whisper love so loudly, every heart would understand that love and only love can join the tribes of man. I would give my heart's desire so that you could finally see the step is to realize that it all begins with you and me. Love can build a bridge between your heart and mine. Love can build a bridge. Don't you think it's time? Don't you think it's time? Do anything, anything, if we keep believing in the power. Love can build a bridge between your heart and mine. Don't you think it's time? Don't you think it's time? Yeah. Love can build a bridge between your heart and mine. Love can build a bridge. Don't you think it's time? Don't you think it's time?
That was beautiful. Thank you, Christina Brewer. And our Unity Band, Cerny, Arnie, and Dave. The band's back together. Christina Brewer is my friend and the beautiful, wonderful mother to two of the most vibrant, amazing young men that you've ever seen. And happy Mother's Day to you all. Welcome to the light and love that is Unity of South Sound. My name is Anita Landry, and it's my joy to welcome you here this morning. If you have any questions, concerns, or joys to share, call our office at 253-301-0385, or email us at office@unityofsouthsound.org. And now we invite you to relax, reconnect, and center in the truth of who we are. Will you please join me in saying our opening affirmation? Together, there is only one presence and one power active in my life and in the universe, God the good, omnipotence. Our mission statement, inspired by the divine as an inclusive spiritual community, we explore and express our highest potential. Our vision statement, present and centered in divine love, we co-create a peaceful and awakened world. And our core values, we are love, joy, abundance, and spirit guided. And now Reverend Sherry will light our unity candle and lead us in an opening prayer.
Good morning. As we light this Christ candle on this beautiful morning, we remember Anna Jarvis, the woman who was the founder of Mother's Day. In honor of her activist mother, she convinced President Woodrow Wilson to create Mother's Day as a national holiday, and from there, many countries around the world now honor mothers today. So today we honor each mother in the sanctuary and those who are viewing from home. We honor those who have been mothers to other people and to their pets. We honor mothers nearing the end of life. Mothers who are incarcerated. We honor mothers who are homeless. Gracious God, Divine Mother, Creator and Lover of peace, bless mothers everywhere today. Be with the mothers and their children in Ukraine, in their hour of need. We pray that violence and brutality will cease and diplomacy resume. Comfort your people. Grant us justice in the name and nature of the Christ presence that lives in all of life. And so it is. Amen.
And now I invite you to stand if you're able and join our song leader, Joey Sandalhill, in singing our congregational song.
Hello? Sit on. Can you hear me? Okay. To say, I feel like Mick Jagger carrying the stand up here like that, or Freddie Mercury, somebody. So we're going to be doing something different. One of, I know, right? One of my missions as kind of taking over the congregational singing is to try to introduce some new songs to our kind of our rotation. One of the first places I looked was this lovely book that we have in our pews and we see every Sunday, but we never open it. So, if you grab your Wings of Song, if you grab Wings of Song, we are going to number 344. For those of you who may not have heard the song or may not have heard the song, I'm going to sing it once through, and then we're going to sing it together twice through. So it only goes through once on here, but when we do it as a congregation, we'll sing it twice because it's fun. It's a little bit lighthearted. It's gorgeous on this wonderful day. So And it's simple. It's really simple. It's really easy to learn. He's doing it blindfolded. There is joy in my heart and a smile on my face, 'cause I love the world. There's a song on my lips, love the whole human race, and I love the world. Feel my spirits are singing, feel happiness swinging like bells that are ringing on high. God is here everywhere, joy is filling the air, 'cause I love the world. All right, super simple, right? All right, now we're gonna do it. Let's do it together. Let's do it together. Sorry. There is joy in my heart and a smile on my face, 'cause I love the world. There's a song on my lips, love the whole human race, and I love the world. Feel my spirits are ringing, sing happiness swinging like bells that are ringing on high. God is here everywhere, joy is filling the air, 'cause I love the world. There is joy in my heart and a smile on my face, 'cause I love the world. There's a song on my lips, love the whole human race, and I love the world. Feel my spirits are singing, feel happiness swinging like bells that are ringing on high. God is here everywhere, joy is filling the air, 'cause I love the world.
Time to greet each other with a namaste greeting, a handshake, or a hug. If you're comfortable and you have that green sticker, you can give each other hugs. Otherwise, place your hands together and say namaste. I behold the divinity you are. Namaste, Jesse.
Use me, oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. I used to think God was the sun, God is the sun, but God's so much more than the earth or the stars or all of creation. God is creator Creator, all in all, needing us to shine its light as me, as you, so use me, oh God, I stand for you, and this I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. Command my hands, what must they do? Command my life, it's here for you. God is the love that heals all creation. God is creator, makes all things new, and God needs us, shine its light as me, as you, so use me, oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do, all that I must do, show me all that I must do.
The inspirational reading for this morning is from the Daily Word from May 7th. The word is sparkle. The radiant light of God shines brightly through me. There is a twinkle in my eye and a spring in my step today. Colors look brighter and the sounds of life entice me. Sensing the divine pulse beating within the heart of all things, I join in the rhythm, adding my own vibration to the song of this day. The light of God doesn't just surround me, it glows from within me, a beacon for all to see. Love fills my heart to overflowing, and I take every chance I get to let that love flow. I feel the power of God pulsing through me, inspiring me to reach for the stars. The presence of God in all things illuminates them until they sparkle and gleam with radiant light. Awake and aware of spirit within, I embody it for everyone to see. The scripture is from Ephesians 5:13 through 14. But everything was exposed by the light becomes visible, for everything that becomes visible is light. Therefore it says, "Sleeper, awake, rise from the dead, and Christ will shine on you."
Thank you for watching over me. All of those sleepless nights you lay awake. Thank you for knowing when to hold me close and when to let me go. Thank you for every stepping stone and for every path that always leads me home. I thank you for the time you took to see the heart inside of me. You gave me the roots to start this life, and then you gave me wings to fly. And I learned to dream because you believed in me. There's nothing like this on earth, no treasure equal to its worth. The gift of a mother's love. Thank you for every sunlit day that fills the corners of my memory. Thank you for every selfless, unsung deed I know you did for me. Thank you for giving me the choice to search my soul till I can find my voice. Thank you for teaching me to be strong enough to bend. You gave me the roots to start this life, and then you gave me wings to fly. And I learned to dream because you believed in me. There's no power like it on this earth, no treasure equal to its worth. The gift of a mother's love. I thank God, yes, for a mother's love.
Oh, boy, wasn't that just beautiful? Thank you so much. Thank you. Given that we are truth students, I know that you know that there is truth everywhere, right? Yes. Right? God is everywhere, beauty is everywhere. And I've been working lately on seeing humor everywhere. I was driving home from a very long day at work last week. Some of you know that I work in Silverdale, so it's kind of a long haul in the morning and a long haul at the end of the day. Anyway, I was driving home and I heard Terry Gross interviewing an author who is a comedian, and her latest book is a series of essays on midlife and motherhood. That's a really tough act, you know, to put those two things together. She said something that may ring true for some of you. It did for me. She said that when she became a mother, she realized that her identity vanished. Like, right? Poof. And she talked about a cultural taboo, which was having second thoughts about being a mother after you are a mother. So there's that. And at the same time, a very deep love that is difficult to describe. Are you with me on that one? Difficult to describe. The song was beautiful. The day after I returned from the United States, to the United States from China, some of you know my daughter's Chinese, and when I went to bring her home, she was 10 months old. So I had this 10-month-old infant in my arms, and I got sick. I got so sick. I never get sick, never. And the friend who traveled with me, Adrian, became my daughter's Nai, which is grandma. She went home. The day before we left to return to the U.S., I asked her, "How long will you stay with us?" As if she was going to move in for a few years. She lived an hour away from us, and I'm certain was eager to get home because we were gone for a while. So she said, "Would you like for me to stay the first night?" The first night? I mean, how could I ever do this? How am I going to do this? I mean, I took the classes, I read the book, you know. I was really scared. So one baby step at a time, I imagined. So after one night at my little house in Kansas, we unpacked. We marveled at the full cupboards and the full refrigerator and the full freezer filled by dear mothers from the church who were nurturing me. But now I was alone. No more Nai. I couldn't walk very well. I was really crawling around the house, and called someone up and asked if they'd go to the pharmacy and pick up the antibiotics that I apparently needed. The baby was asleep during the day. What was I going to do? So I called somebody that I always called, and you know who this was, right? My mom. My mom living in Florida, happy, carefree, no kids. And she sounded really chipper. I could not come close to chipper that day. She asked how I was doing, and I started crying. I said, Mom, I'm so sick. And then the horrible truth. I think I have to take her back to China. She laughed lovingly because she knew what that felt like. She raised 4 kids that she wanted to take back. Your old identity vanishes. I lived in a college town and I knew lots of people. Every time we went anywhere, it was just a stroller ride into town. But my identity changed from pastor or Rev or Sherry, and I lost my name and became Rosie's mom. My conversations with people shifted to the best childcare, the best shoes for babies, eventually Montessori school and music and dancing classes, and the why. Rosie's mom would have been okay. I could live with Rosie's mom. I still am Rosie's mom. But some people looked at my beautiful little baby and asked her if I was her grandma. Your old identity vanishes. So today is Mother's Day. Such a touching. On the way here, somebody called me from the hospital, and I stopped the car on 6th and talked to them for a moment, and then pulled the car out to drive here. And I saw a woman standing in a dress like she'd just gone to breakfast at the Pancake House, and on the sidewalk was her man tying her shoe. I really liked that. It was so beautiful. Some of you will be treated to brunch by your kids or your partner. Some of you might be taking your mom somewhere. Some of you will be remembering your mom who's gone on. But today's service is a special treat, and I'm so glad you're here to share it. We're going to be including several special women who will share their reflections and memories of their moms. And they, like you, have been pondering this question: how did my mother do it? How did my mother affect me and my spiritual life and my entire life? How did she do it? And even though we had some challenging times, what did my mom teach me? So are you ready? Me too. Our first speaker has been a member of this church for some time. I don't know how many years. Her children have grown up here, and her ministries have blessed us, all of us. She's coming up from the back now. Let's welcome Heidi Maloney to the platform.
Hello, my friends. I am so blessed to be able to share a little bit about my mother. My mom's name is Linda, and she was a rock star. And she influenced my spiritual path in many ways, both because of and in spite of the way that she lived. She grew up being forced to go to church every Sunday, and my family was devout Southern Baptist. And my mom's painful experiences with that caused her to shun organized religion in her adult life. That was just not something that she wanted to practice. She developed a spiritual practice, though, on her own that was more nature-based. My mom found God in the forest. She found God in the oceans. She found God in rocks and minerals, and she believed in their great power. She had them all over her house. She insisted rose quartz in every corner and a white agate in the middle. She said that would protect you. She also taught me to believe in people. And if they needed help, it was yours to do. If I had an idea, she would always find a way to help me implement it. And her solutions were always prized solutions. I think she nearly fainted when I came to her at 14 and told her I wanted to begin going to church. But she always told me that no daughter of hers will ever be limited. And she told me to think for myself. And so she drove me every Sunday to church for years. And that was the start of my spiritual journey. The journey that would lead me to the church and away from the church several times. And although she never budged on her relationship with organized religion, she always was supportive of mine. She taught me about loving fiercely, healthy rebellion, she said. And she taught me about not being programmed by society. And she loved with reckless abandon. When she died 10 years ago, I got hundreds of messages from people who were touched by her. And that's the legacy that I want to leave. She is the reason that I am the strong woman and mother that I am today. And no child of mine will ever be limited. Thanks, Mom.
Our second friend is a mom and a daughter. She has served as worship assistant, as prayer chaplain, as creator of amazing ideas. She joins me, so please join me in welcoming Julie Webb to the platform.
Good morning. So the request from Reverend Sherry was to talk about my mom and her influence on me related to my spirituality. And I started making bullet points of memories and thoughts and so forth, and I thought this could turn into a weekend workshop complete with PowerPoints and, scrolling pictures and everything. I realized her primary influence on me was from my birth to 18 years, or to put it into perspective, to 25 to 43 years of age for her. Have you ever done that and thought, my mom was this age when this happened to her? That's kind of mind-blowing. Those were the years when I was still living at home, although it actually continued in handwritten letters after I moved away, which I still have and which I recently reread. And those were written in her ages 39 to 64. The older I get, the more I recognize how blessed I was to have Ellen Margaret Jones Relic as my mother. Mom influenced my spirituality by example. I was watching and learning even when I wasn't aware of it. And she taught me from the action speaks louder than words point of view. I could think that I was the perfect child with the perfect parents and the perfect siblings. I'm the eldest of 3. But it's not necessarily because it was true. It was because my mom and dad, our mom and dad, gave us lots of freedom to express our imagination and to support our creativity and our activities. I felt we were encouraged and supported, and we were trusted. The worst abuse I can remember my mom giving me was when I was dragging my feet about doing some chore or another around the house, and she got so frustrated and she called me a lazy pup. Well, it hurt my feelings at the time, but definitely didn't scar me for life, and besides, I know I deserved it. As I considered her life in relationship to mine, I thought of explaining her expression of spirituality as it pertained to the 12 harmonizing powers, the aspects of our divine nature, authored by Charles Fillmore, the co-founder of Unity. Mom was remarkable, considering her family of origin. She was a child number 7, born in a span of 10 years. to Bertha and Arthur Jones in Spokane. I was imagining my grandmother between 1912 and 1922 having 7 babies. And I'd like to do a deeper look into that version of motherhood sometime. But back to the 12 powers. I may not use all 12. You can relax. Remember, this is only supposed to be about 5 minutes, so looking at how my mom taught by example, we didn't have a consistent, regular church life. Though I do have some certificates of completion from early Sunday school in the Methodist Church. It was located via country roads, 8 miles from farm to town. I would say Mom's life example was of the golden rule, do unto others as you would have others do unto you. This, to me, would illustrate the power of understanding combined with a sincere expression of the power of love. She cared deeply for her husband and her children, and animals and plants and friends and neighbors. And she lived a simple, honest life, not based on possessions or status. She was content in her minimalist lifestyle, no designer clothes, or spa treatments or mani-pedis for her, though she did use Lady Clairol to cover up the gray until the day she died. Another example of love, Mom and I were in a cafe in Roselia when Mrs. Howry came through the front door. She was known to be dirt poor and often looked pretty raggedy. Being a child, I must have remarked something uncomplimentary, and Mom kindly suggested that I look for something nice to say, like her coat was a pretty shade of green. Then there's the power of reincarnation, or to release and let go. For her, it was adapting to the change from being a Spokane city girl to being a farmer's wife, 8 miles from a town of about 600 people. That was also where I think she demonstrated the power of judgment and wisdom. She could have chosen a man with the traits similar to her father, hardworking and seriously alcoholic. Instead, she married a hardworking third-generation farmer who neither smoked nor drank. I suppose that example could also cross over into the power of will, aka choosing or deciding. But my thoughts turn to the numerous times she tried to quit smoking. She was sincere, but unsuccessful. What she could do was minimize the cost of cigarettes by rolling her own. You know, those small little bags of tobacco and the little tissue papers? Mom's power of strength was evident in her 40 years of marriage, raising 3 kids, all the while dealing with intermittent or perhaps chronic depression and anxiety. This was a time of therapy and pills, apparently pretty common for women in the 1960s. Remember a book titled Valley of the Dolls? Well, fortunately, Mom also had a close friend, a supportive friend, Aunt Frances, who was all the closer because she married my dad's brother, Uncle Richard. So Mom had a confidant in her relationships and in the community for other farm wives who with similar blessings and challenges. Now I come to the combined powers of zeal and imagination. Mom was an avid gardener of both vegetables and flowers, and because the natural resources of a farm include cow manure for fertilizer, Mom's gardening results were always large and impressively beautiful. Rows of veggies were straight and heavy laden, flower beds nicely arranged and gloriously colorful. Later in life, she graduated to the meditative activity of fishing, sitting on the dock at a local lake, experiencing nature and solitude, and an occasional tug on the line. Her imagination also resulted in a cute little poem about a toad, titled Little Toad. Little toad, where do you stay during the long winter day? I never see you come out in sight, only in summer when the sun is bright. Little toad, I miss you so during the long winter snow. Why don't you come out and play instead of always hiding away? I think this contributed to my love of frogs and all things amphibian. Thank you, dear Ellen Margaret Jones Relic, for the lessons taught by your example, even when you didn't know I was watching. Happy Heavenly Mother's Day.
Well, we have one more luscious woman who's going to come up to the platform this morning. In her story, she'll share how she inherited some of the talents and traits of her mom. Let's bring her up to the platform to tell us what she learned about her mom and how it affected her spiritual life. Please welcome Annie Lane Ryan to the platform.
Thank you, Reverend Sherry, for giving me this opportunity to honor my mother. And here we go. And for this title, How Mom Built My Soul. Rosita Aguinad was born in 1930. She was number 4 of 8 surviving siblings to poor immigrant farmers in the Salinas, California area. She was the first girl in her family to attend college at Knapp's College of Nursing in Santa Barbara in the late 40s and became an RN. A whirlwind romance, an April Fool's Day wedding, and a bun in the oven. My dad got stationed in France during the Korean War, while Mom lived with her parents and younger siblings as part of a farm working community. I grew up with so much love and attention, a baby in a multi-generational household. I was aware that my mom was a special kind of nurse who not only provided bedside vigil to her own children, but to strangers in a hospital. We were one of 2 minority families on our little cul-de-sac. I noticed that she made friends in the neighborhood like Helen Wong, the street next over, and Eloise Contreras on our block. They trusted her to give B12 shots or help with anything medical or when crisis information was needed. There were others that Mom helped along the way. She had a way of welcoming and hospitality that has never left me. She would be my go-to person for anything medical. September 13, 1961 was a day that changed the trajectory of our lives. We were at Pacific Ocean Park at the Santa Monica Pier for a family outing before school was to begin. We rode the Scrambler. Something went terribly wrong. Everybody got off the ride except for my dad. He was taken to Santa Monica Community Hospital, where he was in a coma for 3 days and passed away from a brain aneurysm. We were all in shock, widowed at 31 with 3 girls, 7, 5, and 4. The blessing of a large family made a plan for 2 aunties and an uncle to move in. My mom had built-in child care, financial support, and worked closer to home. Even in all that support, we could not get away from the times. I had a schoolyard bully who taunted me for the color of my skin. I didn't understand, and I returned home upset. But my mom assured me that he didn't know any better, that he was only doing what had probably been done to him, and that we should always treat people by the golden rule. She, like stories of Jesus, were a comfort during those confusing times. I had to wait until I was 18 to go on dates. It was the early 70s, and I rebelled at every conjecture. I left home at 18 years, halfway through senior year, to spread my wings. So after graduation, realizing I couldn't afford college on my own, nor was I ready to start a family, I became pro-choice and landed a job at Bank of America through the unemployment office, became bookkeeper accountant for the oil royalty section, starting salary $405 a month in 1972. Mom was so proud of that fact, she took me wardrobe shopping for this gig. After my mom got entangled in a potential lawsuit against an OB doctor who had declared a newborn baby stillborn, where my mom was the nurse who had to bring the baby to the morgue, she prayed on that baby, laying on of the hands, the practice of prayer and intention that Jesus used and had been passed on by her mother. And he had a heartbeat and was brought back, granted with birth defects. My mom, disillusioned by hospital politics, created an exit strategy before she had to give deposition and thought she would try something new. She went to work as a contract nurse for King Faisal's Medical Center in Saudi Arabia for 2 years. She would get straight pay, no deductions, paid vacations quarterly, anywhere in the world. Sound good? It was a country that women had the status less than a dog. She couldn't be seen in public without being covered and escorted. Their laws were 16th century, so she stayed away from the public beheadings for adultery and such, or the arms fingers for stealing. Only she could have made the most of that. But she was able to go on safari and even took me on a paid trip to Mexico City and Acapulco, where we met up and had an interesting time. Needless to say, we were on pins and needles when we'd get any news of attacks on the Mecca. Her contract was over, and she was happy to return to her freedoms with a newfound gratitude. My mom was diagnosed with colon cancer in 1985 at age 55 and given 6 months to live. A devout Catholic, she rebuked cancer like the devil, showed me this laying on of the hands, changed her diet to organic. She couldn't quite give up the red meat, though, and did stress over money. She did major forgiveness work that included my dad for dying and me for being pro-choice. She channeled unconditional love in time. It's because of that experience that I can do the same. She had faith in her doctors and signed off on an exploratory surgery at Loma Linda that would include intraoperative radiation. She got an extra 15 years that we called a miracle. She saw her first generation of grandchildren marry. She shared her story of faith, prayer, trust, and healing with anyone who would listen. She was interested only in quality of life, so when the cancer returned, she let us know her wishes. To hospice at home with family, that's what my sister Jeanette offered, and there was healing needed there as well. So we moved Mom to Federal Way, where most of our family lived nearby, and I flew up for visits until I got the call that Mom was waiting for me to leave. So I flew back. She was shutting down. I was able to tell her, "I love you." She was able to mouth the words back. Within a week, while the whole family had gathered at her side, we were getting ready to watch a movie and noticed her breathing had changed. We all surrounded her bed and literally prayed her out. The most sacred time of my life. A teacher until the end, she taught us how to do death, how to do life after death, how to let life express through her in the beauty of her homemaking and musically through song and piano, how to be welcoming to strangers and entertain strange ideas into home, and how to cast them out, how a little faith and a lot of demonstration can heal. I consider myself a healer because of her, and my childhood dream for happiness is being realized as my soul rests in acceptance. Thank you.
Thank you. Could you just thank them all for what a beautiful, yeah. Thank you. What a gift. Oops, wrong microphone. How blessed we are to hear one another's stories. You know, in these years of COVID, we missed the stories, didn't we? The upfront, eye-to-eye stories, and the laughter and the hugs. It's that in-person energy we create together that makes our love for each other come alive. earlier, somebody said to me, yeah, it's been a hard year. I said, year? Hasn't it been about 100 years? Isn't that what good mothers give their kids? Touch, kindness, laughter, forgiveness on our good days. Before we move into our meditation, I want to invite you to take a deep breath, and we're going to do some ritual together. I want you to think about your own mom or someone who's been like a mother to you. And we're going to pass the microphone around, and when it comes to you, say thank you and use the name of your mom or someone who's been like a mom. So I'm going to begin, and actually I'm going to begin by, before I say my mom's name, I want to thank someone who's been a mom in our church family for a long time, who just recently passed. And so gently I say thank you, Andrea. Thank you, Andrea Bro. Our sister, our friend, our prayer chaplain, our laughing partner. Thank you for all that you've given us in this community. We love you. We know you're free now. And then we'll all say thank you to our moms. So I'll say, thank you, Jean Lorraine Schultz. I love you.
Thank you, Ginger.
Thank you, Ellen Margaret Jones Relic.
Thank you, Donna Sandel.
Thank you, Rosita Guinard Lane.
Thank you, Betty Albertine Kyle.
Thank you, Dee Lawrence.
Thank you, Janice Suhart.
Thank you, Elsa.
Thank you, Skeeters.
Thank you, Jeanette Raymond.
Thank you, Betty Ben.
Thank you, Anna Grace.
Thank you, Catherine Thayer, Marple Weber.
Thank you, Wilhelmine Catharine Stichter Bank.
Thank you, Lorraine V.C. Dorn.
Thank you, Grace Van Kampen.
Thank you, Jane.
Thank you, Sue Schambeck.
Thank you, Irene Billingsley Blackwell.
Thank you, Eleanor Robbins.
Thank you, Andrea Bro.
Thank you, Andrea.
Thank you, Shannon Moon.
Thank you, Carla.
Thank you, Loretta. Thank you, Yasmin.
Thank you, Marjorie Lambert.
Thank you, Linda Lassen.
Thank you, Yanina Yelena Yaretsky.
Thank you, Barbara.
cousin Dolly.
Thank you, cousin Joy.
Thank you, Sharon Rosalie Brewer.
Thank you, Rachel.
Thank you, Nina.
Thank you, Eleanor Marie Dunkert Cross. I miss you and I love you.
So, thank you for sharing your mother with us for a moment. And now I invite you to prepare for this time of meditation. So, see in your mind's eye a picture of your mom. Some place where you spent time together. Maybe out in the garden or at the kitchen table or in the car. Just some place you spent time watching her put on makeup in the mirror. Maybe she's braiding your hair or teaching you how to do something. And maybe there's something you hadn't had a chance to say to her for whatever reason. And this is your chance. So maybe you want to say, sorry for that time I took the car without permission. Or I'm sorry for the disagreement we had. You know what it is. And maybe it's, thank you, Mom, for what you taught me. Thanks for driving me to lessons. Thanks. Thanks for seeing the best in me. And maybe there's something she didn't get a chance to say to you for whatever reason. Imagine that she does that now. Maybe she tells you that she was so proud of you. Or thanks you for growing into such a wonderful person. In whatever way it is that you leave each other, whether it's a hug or a kiss or a squeeze, whatever it is, whether she's in heaven or on earth, just see yourself saying goodbye to her for now. Just see yourself saying, I love you, Mom. I love you, friend, who treated me like your own child. Thank you. And now we send our love and blessings to all the moms in the world. Those who struggle today, those who are happy, those who are having their shoes tied after breakfast. those who are pregnant, those who are having babies today. We send our love to you. We bless you and the journey that you have taken or are taking now. We know that God is with you and is blessing you. Thank you, God, for the mothers and the stand-in mothers that we needed all through our lives. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. Amen. So let's wiggle our toes and wiggle our fingers and open our eyes and give a great big grin to the person next to you for being here today. Thank you for being here today. God bless you. Amen.
Thank you, Reverend Sherry. Thank you to our speakers. We want to thank all of you who may be joining us for the very first time here or online. Thank you for sharing your consciousness and your love with us. If it's your second time with us, welcome back. And if you've been with us for a long time now, welcome home. So to all our friends, we share our unity blessing. To our newcomers and live streamers, we love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, and we behold the divinity you are. At this time, we'd like to prepare for our love offering, and I invite Christina to prepare for her next song. This is the time in our service when we have a chance to share of our financial blessings with this community. There are 4 easy ways to do so. You can visit our website at unityofsouthsound.org and click on the orange donate button. You can make a one-time or ongoing donation there. It's simple and secure to do. You can call our office at 253-301-0385. You can mail it to us at Unity of South Sound, 710 South Anderson Street, Tacoma, Washington, 98405. And if you're here in the sanctuary with us, there is an offering plate on the back table. No matter how you make your tithes, we hold these love offerings in our hands and hearts and affirm this together. Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I am in perfect balance and flow with the universal tides of giving and receiving. Thank you, God.
So before I begin, yesterday I got to go visit my mom because she's down in Shelton. And when she found out I was going to be here, she started crying. She misses you guys so much. My mom has multiple sclerosis, and she is bedbound. It has taken her legs from her, and so she has not left her bed in probably 2 years, but I believe that my brother said he was going to set up the live stream for her to be with us today. So I love you, Mom. So that's that. And the second thing is 2 weeks ago, I accepted a new job. And I am now the administrative assistant for the Tacoma Refugee Choir. Do you guys want to know where we rehearse? In that room right there on Tuesdays. So this has now become my second home. But for the next 4 Tuesdays, we are not rehearsing here. We are actually having karaoke and group singing in 4 different parks. 4 Tuesdays, 4 parks. I put flyers in the back. So even if you don't sing, like we're not an audition choir. Like even if you're like, I can kind of sing, I just like music, I just want community, you can come and be a part of this too. And so we're going to be in Salishan this Tuesday. We're inviting people to bring their picnic dinners and their families and their children and their grandchildren and their parents and everybody. So we're going to be in Salishan this Tuesday. We're going to be at Franklin Park the next Tuesday, Star Center the next Tuesday, and then the last Tuesday we are going to be at Wapato. Hello, I've got the flyer in my hand. And then save the date, June 4th. You can go on Google and you can look up the Heart of Tacoma Festival. We are throwing a festival that is happening at LeMay's America's Car Museum by the Tacoma Dome. We are expecting about 3,000 people. It is going to be a music and dance and cultural fest, and the tribal members, they're bringing a canoe, and they're making salmon, and they're blessing and doing a land acknowledgement, which I'm so excited for. And then we have a heart. It's literally a 6-foot by 10-foot heart structure on wheels. We're going to be taking it around the city of Tacoma, taking pictures of it in different places, and then we're going to have a contest for people who can guess where the heart has been. And then they have to share a picture of themselves doing something to love their world. So whether that means you're volunteering, you're picking up trash, you're doing something to love your world. So you can find out on the website at refugeechoir.org/heart, or just look up Heart of Tacoma Festival. With that said, this last song, I wrote this song when my eldest was younger than him. And I had my baby at that time in the studio with me. And I got this recording. I'm going to share just the first couple seconds with you because you'll appreciate it. Okay, you ready? This is your lullaby.
Ring, ring.
I love you more than you will ever know. I love to watch you learn and play and grow. Every day's a journey.
Mama.
This much is true. I love you unconditionally. I love you. Oh my goodness. Whew. I love you more than you'll ever know. I love to watch you learn and play and grow. Every day's a journey. This much is true. I love you unconditionally. You. I thank you for helping me grow. You've taught me more than you will ever know. Every day's a blessing, this much is true. I thank you unconditionally. You. I bless you for all of your days, with love and truth and light to guide the way. Every day so precious, this much is true. I bless you unconditionally. You. I love you more than you'll ever know. I love to watch you learn and play and grow. Come here. Every day's journey. This much is true. I I love you unconditionally, you.
Wow. Thank you, Christina. We have several announcements to share with you this morning, and we'd like you to know that you can keep up to date on our Sunday services and events by subscribing to our weekly e-newsletter. Go to our homepage and click on the newsletter sign up button at the top. Then fill out your contact info and submit. Your info will be safe on this secure site and will never be shared. Join us on Zoom on Wednesdays at 11 a.m. for a time of connection and sharing of what is on your heart and mind. Check the e-blast for the meeting code for Coffee with Unity. Our A Course of Love study group meets every Sunday evenings at 7 p.m. over Zoom, facilitated by my mom, Ginger. Check our e-blast or call the office for the meeting codes, but note that they will not be meeting in celebration of Mother's Day tonight. Although we kicked off Prosperity Plus 3 last week, it's not too late to sign up. Prosperity Plus 3 is an amazing interactive class that is not only fun, but it also includes a variety of exercises, videos, recordings, and modern research that supports long-held New Thought principles. You will not need to have taken Prosperity Plus 1 or 2 to participate. We have 2 classes to choose from. Monday evenings from 7 to 9 p.m. with Trinda Love, and Thursday evenings from 7 to 9 p.m. with Lisa Hagen. Materials can be purchased and downloaded for $39. Check the e-blast or call or email the office for the link. We're so excited for your journey in prosperity. Join Certified Quantum Living Master Coach, Reverend Denise Schelling, for this 6-week online training course where participants experience powerful exercises, thought-provoking video presentations, meaningful discussion, and a transformative 21-day practice. The dates are May 12th through June 23rd, and the cost for the 6-week course is $125 for the workbook. Okay, I'm confused. $25 free shipping. So ask the office if you want more information about the pricing. But you can register your materials at the links on the screen. You can also find the links in our e-blast or calling our office. Our next community gathering will be held next Sunday, May 15th, after the service. This will be a time of requesting and receiving information and other church updates. So you can join us in person or on Livestream on Facebook, and it will be uploaded later to YouTube. So just join us whichever way you're most comfortable. And now we will welcome in our children and bless them.
I'm not turned on. I am plenty loud enough, I really think. Because, you know, hello, I'm with the kids. Anyways, so they have some great Mother's Day presents, and we had a good time talking about Mother's Day and preparing for today, which is Mother's Day. I also wanted to let you know, so traditionally, our youth pass out flowers for all the mothers. So, but today, because we're doing things differently these days, we have the flowers up here. So if you are a mother, if you have a mother, if you're embracing the feminine today, we have flowers up here. Please come help yourself. If you have a child, they have a flower for you, and also a little plant. And if you have a unity, so if you have a middle school child, they have a camp application. And I just want to make this announcement. Those applications are due by May 29th. And they have that application to be filled out if they would like to go to Unitreat. And I think that's all I have.
Bless our children. We love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, and we behold the divinity you are. Parents, if you have children up here, come on up and take their hands. Everyone else, we invite you to stand if you're able, wherever you are. Hold your hands high as we sing our peace song, sending peace to the entire world.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every breath I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace and harmony. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
For protection, the light of God surrounds us, the love of God enfolds us, the power of God protects us, the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next week, same time, same place. God bless you all.